The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Adena Springs South, Daily Racing Form, Double Diamond Farm, Getaway Farm, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, Pleasant Acres Stallions, Valerie Daly of Showcase Properties, and Woodford Thoroughbreds.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring a smashing track record performance in the Grade 3 Sunland Derby and a Florida shipper in the Grade 3 Spiral Stakes. We begin with sprinting fillies and mares at Gulfstream Park in the Grade 2 Inside Information Stakes. Mary Meadow, the 1-2 favorite. Larry Comas picks up the call.
John Velasquez sending Sweet Whiskey along, and she's got the lead. Mary Meadow on the inside, second with 3 furlongs to run. Classic Point closing on the far outside, and then Best Behavior. A 44-3 grueling half mile, and suddenly Mary Meadow is dropping back. And Sweet Whiskey and Classic Point are 1-2. Best Behavior tries to stick with them. It's not Mary Meadow's day. She's out of contention. Sontrique is on the far outside, and You Bought Her is closing the gap for the back of the pack, and she's coming into the final furlong. Sweet Whiskey, Classic Point, You Bought Her, a big long shot, continues to mount a steady challenge on the far outside. She's coming after Classic Point and Sweet Whiskey. Classic Point on the outside, You Bought Her. These two, Classic Point won.
Classic Point by Claiborne Farm Stallion Flatter holds off late closing You Bought Her by a neck. Paco Lopez aboard the Florida bred in 124-2. The third consecutive stakes victory for Classic Point, who was making her first start since taking the Grade 3 Go for Juan Stakes in late November. Originally trained by the late Hall of Famer Alan Jerkins, the 5-year-old mare is now conditioned by his son, Jimmy. Classic Point has earned $670,000. The winner was bred in Florida by her owner, Joseph B. Shields Jr. Florida breds, race him or chase him. Fillies and mares going 2 turns at Gulfstream Park in the Grade 2 Royal Delta Stakes. House Rules, the 9-10 favorite. Once again, here's Larry Comas.
So they continue their journey up the backstretch with Swingers Party getting pressure from Sheer Drama now, as she's only a half length behind. Flora's Island back pedals in between horses, passed by Tiz Windy and by House Rules on the outside. And then it's Molly Morgan, and she's got 8 lengths to make up. And Oasis at Midnight trails after a 48 flat half mile, and Sheer Drama takes over the lead. Sheer Drama and Joe Bravo to the front as they round the far turn. House Rules has now taken up the chase in second. Swingers Party is back into third, then Tiz Windy. Molly Morgan's picking up her stride. She's 3 wide. She's got 6 lengths to make up, and Sheer Drama's the one to beat. Sheer Drama turning for home, a 2-length lead. House Rules now put to a ride second. Molly Morgan is third, and they're into the stretch. And it's Sheer Drama off the turn 3, 4 lengths out in front. And then it's House Rules and Molly Morgan on the outside. They're coming into the last 16th, and it's Sheer Drama's day. Sheer Drama and Joe Bravo romp home in the Royal Delta.
3-1 second choice Sheer Drama draws off to defeat odds-on favorite House Rules by 6.5 lengths. Joe Bravo aboard the Florida bred in 143-4. After finishing second in her first 2 starts this year, including a runner-up effort to House Rules in the Grade 3 Rampart Stakes, the 5-year-old mare records her first graded stakes victory. David Fox took over as trainer last summer. Sheer Drama has earned nearly $373,000. The winner was bred in Florida by her owner, Harold L. Queen, and is a half-sister to champion sprinter Big Drama. Florida breds, race him or chase him. To Santa Anita for turf horses in the Grade 2 San Luis Race Stakes. Finnegan's Wake going for his 4th consecutive graded stakes victory, the 3-5 favorite. Trevor Denman picks up the call.
Less than half the journey to go now, and it's still Joe's Blazing Aaron showing the way to Diamond Bachelor. Raise your gaze right there, third. Power Foot now travelling along very comfortably in 4th, just biding his time, 2 off them, and now they're starting to get closer. Ashley Love Sugar and Finnegan's Wake, those 2 moving in from behind, and then Play Hard to Get. 3/8 of a mile to go, and Joe's Blazing Aaron, Diamond Bachelor, there goes Power Foot. Power Foot in the white cap goes to get the lead, and now Finnegan's Wake's coming with a run, and Ashley Love Sugar running on behind. Play Hard to Get. At the top of the lane now, Finnegan's Wake. Ashley Love Sugar. Power Foot tries to re-rally on the inside. They come for home, anyone at 3. Power Foot, Ashley Love Sugar, Finnegan's Wake on the outside. Finnegan's Wake, Ashley Love Sugar, we down to 2. Ashley Love Sugar the advantage and starting to pull away now. And it's going to be Ashley Love Sugar and Gary Stevens to win it by 2.5.
Ashley Love Sugar defeats Finnegan's Wake officially by 2 1/4 lengths. Gary Stevens up in 2:25 3, a 1:02 bar speed figure. The first stakes victory for Ashley Love Sugar, who won an optional claimer over the course in his latest. The California-bred 4-year-old gelding by Game Plan is trained by Peter Urton. Ashley Love Sugar has earned $335,000 for Sharon Alicia, Brand Jam Stable, and Ciaglia Racing. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
Flatter, a graded son of AP Indy, continues to rank among leading sires. The sire of graded stakes horses in every crop, he consistently has runners at the highest level.
Kobe's back, huge performance today. Very impressive, Kobe's back.
But Upstart is pulling away impressively to win the Holy Bull.
Powerful on the track and fashionable in the sales ring, Flatter is from a top sire family. Flatter at Claiborne Farm.
Our farm is going to be primarily a service organization. We will board horses for a number of different clients throughout the United States and Canada. We will focus on breeding mares. We also will be doing sales prep, either for the yearling sales here in Kentucky or for the breeding stock sales also here in the fall and in the early winter. We stand one stallion here, Greeley's Conquest. Endeavor Farm prides itself on being able to give individual care to every animal here.
Combining the legacy of Kentucky with the fertile breeding ground of Florida, Woodford Thoroughbreds proudly introduces in 2014 Warfront's best son to stand at stud, multiple graded stakes winner, Sold Out, and juvenile Grade 1 winner of the Hopeful Stakes, Currency Swap. Woodford Thoroughbreds, where a new generation of horse racing excellence has begun.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
People want to know what's so special about Ocala. Centrally located between Orlando and Jacksonville, Ocala's equine industry has many incentives to breed, raise, and train thoroughbreds. Discover Ocala. Reach out to showcase properties, and we'll show you why we love where we live.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 3 Bourbonnette Oaks coming up in this segment. We begin with 3-year-old fillies at Laurel Park in the Caesar's Wish Stakes. By the Moon, the 9-10 favorite. Dave Rodman picks up the call.
Country Mama head in front from By the Moon. Gypsy Judy trying to push through between horses after a 48 3/2 mile. Top of the stretch, long way home, second wire run. By the Moon leading the way. Country Mama battling on the inside. And Hot City Girl toward the center of the track. Gypsy Judy is 4th. They're coming to the final furlong and a half here. And it's By the Moon and Victor Carrasco shaking that one up. And Been Here Before surging down to the inside. Trying to grab second from a fighting Gypsy Judy. Now 1/8 of a mile left to go. By the Moon. By the Moon is too much. By the Moon and Victor Carrasco rolling away in the Caesar's Wish from Been Here Before to win by 4 lengths.
Odds-on favorite By the Moon draws off to defeat Been Here Before by 4 lengths. Victor Carrasco up in 138-1. Winner of the Grade 1 Frizette Stakes at 2, By the Moon finished 5th in the Grade 2 Forward Gal Stakes in her 3-year-old debut. The filly by Indian Charlie was bred in Kentucky by Samantha Siegel. By the Moon has earned $485,000 for JMS Stable. Michelle Nevin trains the winner. By the Moon paid $380 to win and is the Malone's Favorite of the Week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Bob Baffert sent out 2 starters in the Sunland Park Oaks, Callback and Maybelline, with Callback the 1-5 favorite. Robert Geller picks up the call.
The leader is still Fancy and Flashy. Fancy and Flashy, a length and a half. Callback pushed along, and she is gradually making inroads, but it's been a hard task at the moment. On the outside is Maybelline. Up the rails is Babe Silver Slew, and Scat Means go to the outside. Callback taking all the time in the world to get there. On the inside, Fancy and Flashy. Callback has gone to the front. Tackled by Maybelline down the center, and out wide as Scat Means go. The leader's tired, Callback. Maybelline's coming. Callback racing ungenerously. Maybelline's got on to share the lead. Callback, Maybelline, the Bob Baffert there. Callback holding out, and she has won it nonetheless.
It was odds-on favorite Callback, and Martine Garcia first under the wire by a neck over her stablemate Maybelline. But for ducking in during the stretch run and causing Fancy and Flashy to check, Callback was demoted to 4th by the stewards. Maybelline by Ashford Stud Stallion Looking at Lucky put up to 1st, with Scat Means Go 2nd, and Fancy and Flashy elevated to 3rd for a sweep by Keeneland Sells graduates. Victor Espinosa, the winning jockey, in 1:42.4. Bob Baffert wins the Sunland Park Oaks for the 5th consecutive time with 7-2 second choice Maybelline. A close 3rd in the Grade 1 Starlet Stakes at 2. Maybelline was coming off a 4th place finish in the China Doll Stakes on turf. The winner was bred in Kentucky by Colts Neck Stable and was a $140,000 Keeneland September yearling. Maybelline has earned $276,000 for Baffert's wife, Jill. Darby Dan Stallion Dialed In, winner of the Grade 1 Florida Derby by AP Indy's only Horse of the Year Mineshaft. Dialed In's first crop weanlings were well received, with individuals selling for up to $72,000. Look for them at the 2015 yearling sales. To Turfway Park for the Grade 3 Bourbonette Stakes. Sweet Success, the 2-1 favorite. Mike Battaglia picks up the call.
24 flat for the opening quarter. Sweet Success in front. Has it by a half length. Sweet on Smoky second ahead. Charleroi third. Uncontrolled fourth on the outside. Then it's a length and a half back. Don't Leave Me gains from 5th. Up between horses. Flat Deposit is next. You're the One I Love moves up. So does College Holly. Up between horses. That's Walking the Kitten. The half 47-4 as they move farther stretch. Sweet Success. Charleroi right there on the outside. These two together as they move into the stretch. Moving to the outside, that's Flat Deposit. Don't Leave Me. Late run from You're the One I Love. Sweet Success. Charleroi. Don't Leave Me on the outside gets the lead. It's Don't Leave Me and Jose Lescano.
Don't Leave Me runs by Sweet Success to defeat the favorite by 3/4 of a length. Jose Lescano up in 1:38.3. Winner of her first 2 starts at Woodbine, Don't Leave Me had been idle since finishing 6th in the Grade 2 Natama Stakes over the Woodbine turf last September. The filly by Lemon Drop Kid was bred in Kentucky by Pin Oak Stud. Don't Leave Me has earned $155,000 for Pin Oak Stable. Malcolm Pierce trains the winner. Spendthrift Farm Stallion Line of David is the #1 second crop sire in North America. First crop Kentucky Derby contenders include leading 3-year-old colt Firing Line, dominant 14-1/4 length winner of the $800,000 Sunland Derby in new track record time.
Shaking it up on the outside, Central Banker, shaking it up to win in a driving finish. Shaking it up, and David Flores won the Malibu. They're almost in a straight line as they come for home now. Shaking it up will win it. Shaking it up, coming home powerfully. Shaking it up, and a thorough take of winner.
In the business of breeding horses, timing is everything. Making ovulation more predictable, Sucromate Equine takes the guesswork out of scheduling breedings. Sucromate is the only FDA-approved deslorelin product indicated for inducing ovulation within 48 hours of treatment. Sucromate is safe, reliable, and results from a large field-based study show Sucromate provides a higher ovulation rate than any other product. Streamline your breeding season with Sucromate Equine.
Hunter's Bay and Emma Jane Wilson storming clear now, and it's Hunter's Bay, a pulling away winner of the Eclipse. Hunter's Bay on the outside, on the inside, Tender Harbor. Hunter's Bay and Emma Jane Wilson who win the Dominion Day.
Champion Hunter's Bay, a multiple graded stakes winner of over $600,000 with triple-digit buyers on all surfaces, standing at Adena Springs South.
A Florida-bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida-bred.
Wholesome food that's fresh from Florida. You already know how good it is, but did you know that buying locally makes a good thing even better? Food grown here by Florida farmers doesn't need to be shipped as far. That saves fuel and cuts emissions, which helps the environment. Buying Florida-grown products creates jobs and generates revenue, and that helps our economy. Fresh from Florida. Good for the environment, good for the economy, good for you.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 3 Spiral Stakes coming up in the segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Pace. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Pace. We begin with 3-year-old sprinters at Oaklawn Park in the Gazebo Stakes. Undefeated Subtle Indian, the 7-5 favorite. Frank Miramati has the call.
Subtle Indian is cruising right along. Opens up to lead by 3. Hebronville moves from last into second. AM Milky Way, Bayard hard-ridden in between horses. Bourbon Cowboy is next. They're at the top of the stretch. And Subtle Indians, white blinkers, turn for home with a 2.5-length lead. AM Milky Way, Bayard chasing with determination. And Hebronville on the outside. They're inside the final furlong. Subtle Indian, Bayard is trying very hard. Hebronville on the outside, but Subtle Indian keeps on going past the 16th pole. Bayard's coming at him late, but it will be Subtle Indian unblemished.
Favorite Subtle Indian maintains his perfect record, holding off Bayard by half a length. Chris Landeros, the winning jockey, in 1:11-2. A first out maiden winner at Canterbury Park last summer, Subtle Indian returned from a 7-month layoff to take an optional climber at Oaklawn Park by 4.5 lengths in his 3-year-old debut. The gelding by Indian Charlie was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Mercedes Stable. Trained by Robertino Diodoro, Subtle Indian has earned $112,000. DRF Breeding, home of the new sire-powered results tool. Access race results from North America. Visit drf.com/breeding for additional information. To Laurel Park for the private term stakes. Net Gain, the 6-5 favorite. Once again, here's Dave Rodman.
48 seconds. The half mile set by Bridget's Big Lovey and Angel Cruz into the far turn. Bodhisattva is 3 lengths behind in second. And third is Now We Are Free, followed by Slick William. Net Gain is guided out there 3 wide by Pimentel and trying to get motivated from 7 or 8 lengths off the pace, but still second last and wide in the turn. And Combat Diver is the trailer. Coming toward the top of the stretch, the 6-1, 13 flat. And Bridget's Big Lovey's made all the fractions. Bodhisattva's trying to chop down the margin. Net Gain is getting into gear toward the center of the racetrack and is coming with a run way out of the middle. Furlong and a half left to go. The private turns. Bridget's Big Levy shifting out just a bit. Net Gain gaining ground on the outside, and Bodhisattva still right there trying to chime in with a run. Bridget's Big Levy trying to stay on for another 16th of a mile. Oh, there's no stopping Bridget's Big Levy. Bridget's Big Levy, Angel Cruz went all the way in the private terms.
Bridget's Big Levy, the front running winner by 2.5 lengths over Bodhisattva. Angel Cruz aboard in 1:51-4. A well-beaten 5th in the Grade 3 Hutchison Stakes. The Jeremiah Englehart trainee dons blinkers for the private terms. The colt by Tiz Wonderful was bred in Maryland by Dark Hollow Farm. It was a $175,000 yearling. Bridget's Big Levy has earned $125,000 for Tom O'Grady. For all your insurance needs, a specialist at Jerry Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you with 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jerry Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at the 2-year-old sales. To Turfway Park for the Grade 3 Spiral Stakes. California shipper Metaboss, the 9-5 favorite. Mike Battaglia has the call.
They're off in the spiral. Royal Sun broke quickly. So did Watch Your Own Bobber and Wireless Future from the inside. Then Conquest Typhoon, the extreme outside, Dubai Sky. As they move for the first turn, it's Watch Your Own Bobber, who moves by and has a short lead. Wireless Future second, Royal Sun third. It's length to Dubai Sky fourth. Fire Spike fifth ahead. Conquest Typhoon is sixth. Task Force Glory runs seventh. Metaboss is now eighth. Then another Lemon Drop. 2.5 back to Magic of Believing. Big Sky trails 22-4. That's a quick opening quarter. Wireless Future puts ahead in front. Down along the inside, that's Watch Your Own Bobber. Moving up from the extreme outside, that's Royal Sun, who gains ground with Dubai Sky. Those two both move up. Then it's a gap of 2.5 to Fire Spike. Conquest Typhoon, another Lemon Drop. Task Force Glory, Metaboss is next. 4 lengths back to Big Family. Magic of Believing, the half and 47-2. Still well bunched on the front end. That's Royal Sun, who pokes ahead in front. Wireless Future down along the inside. Up on the outside, Dubai Sky. From the inside, Conquest Typhoon moves up. Metaboss is in the center of the track, also gaining ground with Fire Spike into the stretch. Dubai Sky has the lead. Here's Conquest Typhoon on the outside second. Royal Sun has dropped back. Then Wireless Future from the outside. That's Fire Spike, but it's Dubai Sky and Jose Lezcano just drawing away. Conquest Typhoon, Dubai Sky.
Dubai Sky takes it by 2 1/4 lengths over Conquest Typhoon. The second graded stakes victory on the card for Jose Lezcano. Time of the race 150-1. The Bill Mott trainee is working on a 4-race winning streak. The well-connected colt won his last 2 starts over the Gulfstream turf, including the Kitten's Joy Stakes. The colt by Candy Ride was bred in Kentucky by Bessie Lou Stables and is a full brother to Grade 1 stakes winner and near millionaire Twirling Candy. A late nominee to the Triple Crown, Dubai Sky has earned $439,000 for 3 Chimneys Farm and Bessie Lou Stables. Jose Lezcano with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. Coming up, a track record in the Sunland Derby.
Goes 140 at 130, 40. You get 40, you get 140, you get 130. Down over the down 87, 90 pound daughter, down over the down 90 grand bear. 890 pounds and daughter, down over the down 90. 85 on a penny, now 85. What do you think? 5 here. 85 pounds and daughter, down over the down 5 on the penny.
Share what you love about Florida.
Since Florida's first Kentucky Derby winner, Needles, in 1956, Florida has produced 50 national champions, the last Triple Crown winner, 13 Classic winners, 155 millionaires, memorable performances, and 26 Breeders' Cup winners. Produce your next champion in Florida.
Takes the mid-mile with style. Jamojus has the heart to win the Mook Memorial. And Strong Mandate is pulling away with complete authority here.
Within the historic stone walls of Ashford Stud, Champions abide. Leading Sires, Giant's Causeway, Tale of the Cat, and Scat Daddy are paving the way for champions Shanghai Bobby, Uncle Mo, and Looking at Lucky.
Looking at Lucky suddenly opens up 2.5.
Coolmore, America, home of champions.
Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Sunland Park for the Grade 3 Sunland Derby. Firing Line, the 1-5 favorite. Here's the call by Robert Geller.
They're off, and Firing Line got out well with Y2, and on their outside is Malibu Mogul. Coming forward on the outside, Pain and Misery, but there's not much pace on. And in front, it's Firing Line pushing out on the inside of Y2, who's a neck in front. Ahead away third on their outside is Malibu Mogul, and then a length away is Pain and Misery. 'Tis Now RJ in the center, and back tucked away on the inside is Where's the Moon. They're very tightly bunched, and out the stretch, Dirt Monster is last. Firing Line reserving every inch of energy on the inside, and on the outer is Y2. They share the lead. 3 parts to Malibu Mogul right up in third. A length away, 'Tis Now RJ, and Dirt Monster finding room in the center. Racing 4 wide is Pain and Misery, and dropping to last is Where's the Moon. They head down the backstretch, and the leader is Y2 in front. Firing Line on the inside, ahead away in third is Malibu Mogul. Dirt Monster is engaging them, and Pain and Misery 5 wide. Right behind them is 'Tis Now RJ in a clump, and 2 lengths away, last of all, is Where's the Moon. Gary Stevens threads through on the inside and goes to the lead now, and Firing Line gets away and is traveling really well. Firing Line as they go off the far turn by a length. Why Not losing a little bit of touch, and then Malibu Mogul. 'Tis Now RJ wriggling home on the inside, but he's gone for home, Gary Stevens, and Firing Line's 2 in front. 'Tis Now RJ has gone to second. Running home from the back is Pain and Misery, and on the inside, Where's the Moon's making a late run. They go inside the quarter, and he hasn't moved on Firing Line. Turns in front in the Sunland Derby, and it's Gary Stevens and Firing Line just toying with them. Firing Line well ahead, and it's a battle for the minors. 'Tis Now RJ, Where's the Moon on the outside. But this is an absolute exhibition of class and an amazing talent. Firing Line is going to just go around like a hand canter and hits to Kentucky with so much promise, full of ammunition.
Odds-on favorite Firing Line by Spendthrift Farm stallion Line of David rolls home by 14.5 lengths over Where's the Moon. A 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sales graduates. Gary Stevens aboard in track record time of 1:47.1. After finishing ahead back of undefeated Kentucky Derby prospect Dortmund in the Grade 1 Los Alamitos Futurity and the Grade 3 Robert B. Lewis Stakes, Firing Line finally gets a graded stakes victory. The Simon Callahan trainee making his first start outside of California. The winner was bred in Kentucky by Clear Sky Farms and was a $65,000 Keeneland November weanling. Firing Line has earned nearly $575,000 for Arnold Zetcher. The racing prospect was consigned by Eddie Woods to the 2014 Keeneland April 2-year-old sale, where he was purchased by Ben McElroy for $240,000. Sunland Derby winner Firing Line, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.